What is up, Fammilia? Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. If not, smile because it will get better. With that said, today we're going to start a new series called Confession of a Blank Employee. And the reason I'm saying blank employee is just in case I actually switch from jobs, I'm able to continue this series without having to rechange the whole thing. With that said, before we start the video, I also want to clarify that yes, I got influenced by other YouTubers. My bigger influence to start this series was a YouTuber named Susie. If you guys have not heard of him, I will leave a link to his channel in the description down below. But like, he's the best storyteller I've ever encountered. He's so creative, he's so funny, he's so genuine, and that's why I was influenced a lot to start this series, was because of him. Now with that said, I'm not gonna copy him 100%. I'm just gonna copy just the confession part of it. So let's get started. Confession of a Target employee. Do you work here? So this is actually a common question that a lot of people will get, you know, depending where you work. If you now have like a specific uniform, they might be like, hey, do you work here? Or if you work like clothing area where you get to wear whatever the heck you want, they might get confused. And I get it, that's fine. But when you go to a store that you know they have a specific uniform, it's kind of like dumb when you ask that question, at least in my opinion. I get it, like if I'm like doing things that you just don't know because there's too many people wearing the same color, that's fine. But you're not gonna see 100 people wearing red and khaki. Like, that's the color of Target, either red and khaki or red and black. Like, obviously if you go to anywhere in the store, it's like boom, there it is. The same thing in Starbucks is either black and khaki or some crap like that. Or I heard Sears is like blue and khaki. Like, we have our distinguished colors. People are still, you know, so out of their mind that they decide to ask that question, do you work here? Now, let me describe my outfit real quick, right? So I wear red, khaki, and then in my belt, I actually have to wear a couple things. The reason why I have to wear a couple things is because I work in the electronic department. So I have to have a walkie-talkie, something called a my device, so we know what the hell is going on in the store. We scan it to check the price, to check what we have in stock, stuff like that. And last but not least, I have a keychain with me at all times. The reason I have that keychain is to open the stuff in the electronics. Now, that's not important whatsoever. What I'm saying is, I stand out more than the usual person who works at Target because I have a shit ton of things on my belt, and then I'm wearing everything. Plus, I don't know if that's now a thing, but at least in my Target and the Targets I've been around, we always have to wear a name tag. So it's kind of like, okay. So during the winter, I will have people come in and then they're looking at me right to my eyes, and they look at my name tag, look back into my eyes and tell me, hey, do you work here? And I sit there for like a split second like, do I want to be sarcastic to their asses or do I not want to be sarcastic to their asses? I look at them, I'm like, yeah, I work here, how can I help you? And they're like, oh, you know, I just you know, if you worked here. Even though, mind you not, that it took a good 10 seconds to look at my eyes, look at my fucking name tag, look back into my eyes, look at my whole clothes, look back into my eyes, and still decide to ask that question. Like, no, I don't work here. I'm not wearing a name tag. I'm not helping people. Like, that's fine. Now, I get it. If I'm like giving you my bag and I'm doing my thing and you cannot see my name tag, that's fine. That's fine. But there was people 24/7 looking at me like, hey, do you work here? And it's not like I was facing them backwards. I was giving them my eyes. Like, they were looking at me straight to the eyes before they asked that question. And they still decide to ask that question. Now, what gets me to like my boiling point is when I'm in the cashier, I'm bringing out people, and they still look at me and ask me, hey, do you work here? No, I just hack into the system and decide to fucking bring people up because I'm bored. Like, nah. And then lastly, when you run around the store and they look at you like, hey, do you work here? I'm like, no, I'm like wearing intense shit, running back and forth, helping asking people's question, and I'm just trying to pick up girls at the same time. So yes, I don't work here. Don't bug me. I don't work here. Like, guys, why? And you think that I'm lying? I'm not. Like, this is so true. You could ask any employee about stores and they ask you, do you work here? And they will tell you so many different stories. Like, for me, this is most common for me. It's like, hey, do you work here? Even though they look at me in the eye, it's my most common for me. But oh my god, I met people that they look at him, they're pushing out carts full of stuff. Like, cards are not people's car, like cars, and they're still asking that question, like why would you do such things? I hope you guys enjoyed this video, guys. I know this one was like but I'm still getting to decide what topics I want to talk about, because I don't want to get too controversial with certain things that happen in the store, and I don't want to be too boring. So we'll see how this goes, guys. Until next time, peace.